Today on Through the Numbers, I'm going to walk you through my best bets for the WNBA playoffs starting this Sunday. Alright, so we're going to hop into outlier.bet and we're going to search up Alyssa Thomas. We're going to go to Alyssa Thomas, her points and rebounds, except we are going to look at the over here. So in her last 10 games, this is not looking too great. Bit of fluctuation with the minutes. She'll probably play around 32 in this one, given that it's a playoff game. If we bump it up to 32, we see it gets a little bit better. Gets a little bit better too when you factor in that it's a home game for her. We look at them. So the Fever give up a ton of points to the forward position. They give up a ton of points in general. Their defense is just not that good. They're not too bad on the boards against her position, but you know, she still gets boards. She still manages to get boards somehow. And the big thing we want to look at here is look at this head-to-head matchup. The head-to-head matchup, given that she's playing 32 minutes, she's absolutely killing this number. And even when we take that away, she's still killing it, especially at home. Yeah, she's only gone under in one game head-to-head in the last 2 seasons, and this season, you know, arguably been better. I like this play, so I'm gonna lock in Alyssa Thomas going over 18.5. I think I've already bet this. So the next one I'm gonna search up, let's stick in this game actually. Let's look at Caitlin Clark. And what I want to look at is her points, rebounds, and assists. Now, if you look at the last 10 games, she's absolutely been killing. I mean, obviously, we can forget about this one because she barely played. But this matchup is absolutely horrible for her. And if we look at the head-to-head on the season, she hasn't really even come close to this number. And, you know, it's her first playoff game. So I have a hard time thinking she's going to go off. If anyone could do it, it could be her. I haven't bet this one yet, but I'm really considering it here, and I think I might fire on it still. Maybe at least a half unit. We'll see how we feel, but I really like this play. All right, let's take a look at another one. Next, we're gonna look up one of my favorite ones on the day. We're gonna look up Napheesa Collier. So we're gonna go to her rebounds and assists. Over 11.5 rebounds and assists. First of all, Phoenix is just terrible on boards, giving up boards and assists. They're last on rebounding. And then you can see against the forward position, they're at 10 and they're at 9. So this is a good matchup for Napheesa. You can see in her last 10 games, she's hitting at a 60% rate. She's hit this at a 71% rate on the season, as you can see here. Looking at the minutes, so she's played in over 30 on all of them, and she's played almost the whole game, a lot of them. But what we want to look at here is let's look at the head-to-head matchup. And yeah, head-to-head in basically 7 straight now, she's gone over this number against the Phoenix Mercury. And you know what? I think she'll probably do it again. So let's lock this one too. Let's lock in Napheesa Collier over 11.5 rebounds and assists. Let's do another one. What do we got next? Let's stick in the same game. Let's look up Natasha Cloud. All right, Natasha Cloud, and I want to look at her points and assists. So the thing about Natasha Cloud is she's actually gone over this number in 6 of her last 10. If we scroll down and look at the minutes, you know, there's a couple of games she went in under 30 because basically the Mercury were getting blown out in a lot of games. They've kind of been abysmal down the stretch, and that's my one fear of taking this play is how bad the Mercury have been, but she's still been pretty good. And if this game isn't an absolute blowout like it's being predicted to be, we can probably bank on her getting at least 30 points, at least 30 minutes of playing time. And if she gets 30 minutes, you know, we're looking pretty good here because she's going over in 7 of her last 10. On the road, still 7 of her last 10. Head to head, if she gets 30 minutes, she's gone over in her last 5 matchups against the Phoenix Mercury. So lots to like there. And then, yeah, we take it down. She's still gone over in 6 of her last 7. So not the best matchup, but as you can see, she seems to ball out against them. And I'm banking on, if anyone for the Mercury is going to play well against them, I'm thinking it's Natasha Cloud. So I'm pretty comfortable. I think I'm going to bet this. All right, let's check out what do we got next. Ooh, next I want to show you a sticking in the same game. I want to show you a interesting game line here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the game lines. We're going to go to the quarters. And I want to look at the total in the first quarter here. The total in the first quarter is very interesting, particularly if you go to the 40.5 number here. So we look at 40.5. Minnesota's gone under in 6 of their last 10. Phoenix under in 8 of their last 10. Look at the home splits. The Lynx have gone under in 8 of their last 10. And then the Mercury on the road, 5 of their last 10, not great. But then let's look at the head-to-head. So head-to-head, look at that. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 straight games these teams have played. They've gone under in the first quarter. And I'd like to think because it's a playoff match, they're going to be playing a little bit harder defense, which means maybe there's going to be a little less scoring. So I'm really liking this. I'm going to bet this as well. Let's lock in Phoenix and Minnesota under 40.5 points in the first quarter. If it goes to 39, you're pushing it. I would love if this number was a little bit higher, but I think we can get away with 40 here. So I'm taking that. Let's move on to another game. Back to the player props. Let's look up Gabby Williams. And I want to look at her rebounds and assists here. So as you can see, she's hit in 6 of her last 10, which I'm pretty comfortable with that. 6 of her last 10. And really what it is here is the matchup. You know, against the forward position, the Aces are just not great at rebounding. And they give up a lot of assists to that position too. So as you can see, she's hit it in 4 straight. 6 of her last 10, as I said before. The head-to-head matchup, she's hit it in both games she's played them. The game she played last season, the game she played last season against them, she hit it. And as well this season, she's hit it. And I'm thinking there's a good chance she's going to hit it again today, especially the way she's been playing and the minutes she's been getting. So, yeah, let's lock this one in as well. And then one more from this game before we wrap this up. If I was going to bet one in this game, I think this one might be the safer play, just because I can guarantee she will probably get the most minutes out of anyone on the team. And that is Skylar Diggins-Smith, who's been absolutely balling out lately. She's gone over this in 8 of her last 10, 21.5 points and assists. Matchup, not amazing, but that doesn't really bother me here. On the road, she's not as good, but it's really just the recent form. The recent form, she's been great. That one game that she went under here, 25 minutes, she only got, they were kind of resting. That game was over pretty soon into it. So let's just see what it looks like when we up these minutes here to, let's say she'll probably get 30. Yeah, 30. It still stays at 8 of her last 10. And then let's look at the head-to-head matchup. The head-to-head matchup's what's really the selling factor for me here. She's gone over in the last 2 matchups against the Aces. Both were relatively recent matchups too. So let's lock her in. Let's take Skylar Diggins-Smith over points and assists. 21.5 is the number. If you like it, bet it. If not, fade fade me. Fade this pick, fade all the picks for all I care. This is just what I'm looking at. This is what I'm looking to do. And if you like it, or if you like what I'm doing, just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all that good shit everyone tells you to do every time. And, tune in next time and I'll help you see through the numbers. Peace.